It's our hike of the day on the Pearl Street Mall, starting at 13th Street and walking east. It's mid-October and the flowers and the planters are still coming up. There are restrooms on the Pearl Street Mall. Let's go inside and see how safe they are now. Well, not so bad. They're pretty clean. Look at that. Yep, they actually cleaned up these men's rooms in here, restrooms. They look halfway decent. There you go. Good job, Boulder. Here's a beautiful painting on the side of the facilities. This building is a historic building. It was a bank, it was a clothing store, then it became a cafe, and now it's empty, being remodeled for something else. Here's the historic National State Bank. It's the main branch for Wells Fargo here in Boulder. Back in the 1970s, they used to have a sign when you walked in the entrance for cowboys to hang their guns and not carry them into the bank. Farmers Market used to go on here. And do you know that people used to ride their horses right up Pearl Street, tie them up right here? Plenty of benches here on the Pearl Street Mall for you to hike, walk, and rest. And look at all these planting areas. Panel number 6, look at this. Horse-drawn vehicles in the 1880s. This bank has the largest vault in Boulder, and the wealthiest people in Boulder keep their money here. These buildings all along the Pearl Street Mall are all historic and pretty much remain the same. They look the same when they were built in the 1880s and 1890s. Here's Art Source and Peppercorn. Peppercorn is quite a store if you like kitchenware. Old friend Bongo the Clown. Oh, sorry.
Do I look like a clown?
No.
Yeah.
What is that?
You'll know one when you see one.
That looks like a brain to me.
Varicose brain.
Varicose brain. Oh, look at the front of that. Very, very spectacular. Say hi to America.
Hello, America. Let's see what we got going here.
Let's see.
I'm not done yet. This is Pumpkinhead.
He looks just like you.
Pumpkinhead. It'll look like me when I put it on.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I gotta give it some more facial features, but you kind of get the. You get the gist of it all.
Here's Patagonia. It's a corporate store, but it's hugely popular in Boulder. A street musician getting ready to set up and play the drums. How's business? Good. Here's Nature's Own. They were here before. They moved and they're back. All of these stores are new. Woody Creek, relatively new. Now, when I say new, what am I talking about? You know, the past 5 years or so. Because in 5 years, all of these will be gone. If you walk down here, there's all sorts of little bookstores and everything. Some of them have been around for a while, like the Beat Bookstore. This used to be Potter's Drugstore, then it was Potter's Bar, and then it became something else, and now it's this. This Ben & Jerry's store has been here for 20 years. This building, of course, has been here forever, and this bronze sculpture is iconic. It was one of the first bronze put on the Pearl Street Mall. Often referred to as the Girl on the Swing. Broadway and Pearl Street. We are doing the Pearl Street Mall in blocks. We're hiking the Pearl Street Mall in blocks. Now, look at this beautiful cat sculpture. What are there? There are 12 panels, and here is another panel that tells all about the city of Boulder. It's kind of a self-guided tour. Isn't this beautiful? Did you know the University of Colorado was established in 1861? Wow. Today's hike starts on 14th Street and Pearl, and we head up to the next block on the Pearl Street Mall. Here's another beautiful map we put up for you. Here's our beautiful courthouse, built in the 1930s after the old one burnt down. And then here's kind of a shaded area on this part of the Pearl Street Mall where events are held. Look at this, an old train at Canyon and 14th. Of course, the trains all got washed out in the flood of 1894. Did you know we had electric trolleys here in Boulder? The pool's not running now, but this is where kids come out and splash in these sort of sprinklers we have. You can get a drink on this block of the Pearl Street Mall. This information kiosk is good for tourists when you come. Everything you need to know about Boulder can be found right here. Here's the courthouse and the county building, and then right here, here's a flood recovery map overview. Here it is, October 12th, and flowers are coming up like it was the middle of summer. 80 degrees here in Boulder today on a Sunday morning. Everything is alive and blooming, just beautiful. Here's a shot of the 14th Street section of the mall from this side, just beautiful. A closer look at our courthouse. This is a nice area around the fountain where lots of people come and sit. There are all kinds of benches, relax. Another sculpture of a hawk. Early morning tourists and strollers. These are old buildings and original. This is the old movie theater, now a store. One of the first development buildings built on the Pearl Street Mall, it's the Cartwright building, built in around 1976. Next to it are old buildings, still have that western look. One of the problems with Boulder is there's no uniform architecture for the Old West in our downtown mall. Like other cities, Boulder have a lot of homeless who hang out here on the mall. Here's the information section run by a private corporation called Downtown Boulder. Boulder's big on recycling and planters. When these kiosks were first put up in the 1970s, people were hoping that you would put up messages and that kinds of thing, maybe books, stories, poems, but they've been taken over by music promoters. Now here's a personal message that someone put up, and here's one here, but see how quickly they get covered over? As soon as these promoters all come out, they'll just tear everybody else's stuff down. Looking east, down toward 14th Street again, it's a Boulder hike of the day on the Pearl Street Mall by Boulder Channel 1. This was an old hardware store. It was Betcher & Company, they're a brokerage firm. Now it's an ice cream shop. We have bannered flags all over the Pearl Street Mall. This historic building keeps changing names, and corporate clothing stores. Very nice. Panel 3 make up some of the colorful characters in Boulder. Also, Pearl Street Mall continues with all these historic buildings continuing east on up the mall. If you've lived in Boulder for a while, you'll notice through this video the changing landscape of all the stores. Just remarkable. Look at that. That sign says Boulder City. You'd think you were in Las Vegas, but you're not. We're in Colorado. More new stores. Oh, Crux actually opened a store. This is the perfect time to come out onto the Pearl Street Mall. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Any morning is a good time to come, early before the crowds get here. On our hike on the Pearl Street Mall, this rock was one rock and it was cut. And you know what's really cool about it is it was done in Lyons, Colorado by the Tribble Stone Company. We can look east now to this cut. Very nice. And then over here we put this waterfalls on the rock, which is very refreshing during the summer, a place for people to hang out. This part of the mall is excellent. It's a gathering spot, nice, lined with benches, people to sit and talk and read. Here's the historic bookstore, Boulder Bookstore. Been here forever. This is a nice landing area. Sometimes it's used for people to come and speak, like me today. In fact, some people have been arrested for speaking too loudly from these steps. Here's a flip-flop shop, but we don't recommend flip-flopping for hiking. No. I wonder if this is a life-size buffalo. He's in bronze, so I'm not too worried. And here we come to the end of the Pearl Street Mall, with a nice resting area, benches, another nice rock, ooh, another kiosk, and a beautiful sunny day. Well, that's it for this Boulder hike of the day, and it brings to an end our hike up the Pearl Street Mall block by block. I'm Jann Scott with Boulder Channel 1.